Don't lie to me and say you weren't nervous after that first quarter. Woo-wee! Before we get into today's video, guys, I just want to give a special shout out to today's sponsors, starting with Gold Fine and Bowles, lawyers for the injured. Personal injury, workers' compensation, those are their two things, but any sort of legal advice, they're the people to call. Give them a phone call, 309-673-5144. Tell them we sent you, okay? And I'd also like to shout out SeatGeek for sponsoring today's video as well. Use promo code PlaybookSports on their website to get $20 off your first purchase of $30 or more. Let's get back to the video. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Playbook Sports Podcast. Let's talk about that Miami Dolphins 42-21 victory over the Carolina Panthers. Now, holy cow, I know I felt so weird about that game. Felt like a trap game coming into it. That's what everyone's saying. You know, you're overlooking them for the Eagles next week. And then we come out and we start flat. And they take a 14-0 lead on us right away. And it's like, oh, yep, here we go. This is going to be fun this week to hear everybody talk about this one. And then the second quarter, man, we came alive and ended up coming away with a big 3-touchdown victory. Let's look at some statistics for today. Tua, 21 of 31, 262 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, a passer rating of 126. Very good. Also, Mike White, continuing his perfect start to the season. He's thrown 2 passes, and they've both resulted in well, now he threw more passes than that. But he's thrown 2 touchdowns so far this year, just one to the wrong team. I was worried we were going to have to put the starters back in. Just run the ball. What are we doing throwing the ball there? Come on. Raheem Mostert, man, what a day for him. 17 carries, 115 yards, averaging 6.8 yards a carry to go along with 2 rushing touchdowns and a receiving touchdown. He has been a beast. Like, he's straight up a beast. Our running game has been so good. Overall for the day, 33 carries, 162 yards, 4.9 yards a carry, and 3 touchdowns on the ground. Once again, just a very balanced attack. 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns. Very, very solid. And I'm going to put this picture up right here. Look at that. You got to be kidding me. Liam Eichenberg, holy shit. What a game from him, honestly. I mean, okay, let's temper. Passing protection-wise, he did very, very well. I'm very pleased with that. Now, Connor Williams, let's come back this week, and let's go ahead and put Liam back on the bench. But against Derek Brown and the defensive front of Carolina, who did have a top 10 passing defense in the league this year, even though they were 0-5, doesn't matter. Their passing defense was still playing really, really well. Liam Eichenberg held his own against Derek Brown in that front, and I don't believe Tua was sacked. Nope, no sacks allowed on the day. I think only maybe even hit once or twice. I mean, they did not get home at all. QB hits for the day. 1 quarterback hit on the game. That's awesome. That is what we just want to see. Tyreek Hill, 6 catches, 163 yards, and a touchdown. He just continues to be unguardable. He's faster than you. You cannot run single high safety with him on the edge, man. And so you've got to drop 2, and then we're just pounding the ball up the middle, and that's why this offense is working so well. That was what kind of handicapped us last year a little bit, was the lack of a rushing game. We have a rushing game this year. Raheem Mostert has 11 touchdowns. That's more touchdowns overall than 12 NFL teams have scored this season, just Raheem alone. He's been awesome. Tyreek's been awesome. I mean, right now, Tua's probably the front runner for MVP, and Tyreek's probably the front runner for Offensive Player of the Year. They are both just been dominant. And then Jalen Waddle, once again, getting involved. I did ask for that. I needed him to be kind of an X factor, and he did score a touchdown, although Tua could have probably very easily thrown that ball to Tyreek. I respect him taking the harder throw just because he can. Let's not make a habit of it and take what's there, but we'll take the touchdown, buddy. Nice job. And on the defensive side, big game from Christian Wilkins. Nice job. Yes, they were able to run the ball against us pretty effectively. Chuba Hubbard with 88 yards and a touchdown. But Christian Wilkins played really, really well. Bullied their front. Had 2 sacks himself along with 2 TFLs. The team overall, 4 sacks. Nice to see Bradley Chubb causing some havoc. 9 overall total quarterback hits. Very solid day from the defensive front. Looking at the X factors that I had for this game, Jalen Waddle, he didn't have the biggest game of his career, but he had a solid game again, and they had to at least focus on him, and Tyreek Hill was able to do his thing. And Andrew Van Ginkel, unfortunately, didn't do a whole lot this week, so he wasn't much of an X factor because Jalen Phillips played, and he was getting pressure all day. So that was kind of why he ended up taking a little bit of a step back in there. I do want to see him more in the rotation going forward, but I can't complain, honestly. The defense played very, very well. For Carolina, Chuba Hubbard played awesome for them. I really thought about making it Adam Thielen. He was, one of the keys was stopping their short pass, which we didn't do because Adam Thielen just feasted on short passes, 11 catches, over 100 yards and a touchdown. But Chuba Hubbard played well. He averaged over 4 yards a carry like he's done for his entire career, and he did score a touchdown. He was just slamming it into the defensive line, man. He was running hard. He's a good running back. I don't know why they paid Miles Sanders if they're trying to save money and kind of reset here. Chuba Hubbard is a very good running back. And then defensively, Jeremy Chin, on both their defensive linemen played, which could have made more of a, it was just tough for Jeremy Chin back there. They didn't have much help. Their corners were getting cooked. They couldn't stop the run. It is just a tough day for Carolina's defense. So let's get into the 5 keys that I had given out for a Miami Dolphins victory. Number 1, they flat out didn't do it, which is stop the short pass. That's all the Panthers could do. They didn't try any. They only tried like one deep pass and it missed. Wasn't a good throw. Would have loved to be able to stop the short pass. We simply didn't do it, but it didn't cost us in the end. Key number 2 was win the turnover battle. Neither team had a turnover, so you didn't win it, you didn't lose it, you tied. Whatever. I'm happy with not making mistakes. If the other team doesn't, commit turnovers, fine. As long as you don't commit turnovers, which we didn't, so solid. Number 3 was keep Tua upright. We did just that without 2 of our starting 5 offensive linemen. That is damn impressive. Austin Jackson, nice job. Robert Hunt, Liam Eichenberg, Isaiah Wynn, Kendall Lam, nice work, fellas. The boys up front have been fantastic this season. And Brian Burns played, Derek Brown played. They had their defensive line, which have studs on it. No sacks. Number 4 was contain Bryce Young. I don't think he scrambled at all. I'd have to look real quick, but no, he didn't have a single carry, no yards. We contained him. He didn't do much. He just tried to check it down as much as he could, and we were able to rally to the point and tackle. Nicely done. And then number 5, as it is every single week so far, and as it will be next week, I bet, run the damn ball, averaging 186 rushing yards a game. Yesterday, we were a little short of that. 160-something yards on the ground yesterday. Still very solid. Very happy with it, honestly. And 3 rushing touchdowns, can't complain. 162, so a little below our average, but it was without Devon Achane today. At the end of the day, we did it. We did what we're supposed to do against a bad team again. We started out very flat and then proceeded to outscore them 42-7 in the last 3 quarters of the game. Cannot start like that this week against the Eagles on Sunday night. And that will be a part of my preview video that will come out later this week. My final score prediction was Miami 38, Carolina 21. Nailed the Carolina with 21. Miami just scored a little more than I thought they would with 42 instead of the 38. I will say it was kind of impressive that we're able to improve our average point scored a game from 36.2 up to 37. I mean, our offense is just scoring at will most games. Now let's do. We got 3 good games coming up here. I mean, the Patriots are beat up and they look pretty crappy, so whatever. And that was at home. We've got 2 of our next 3 games here are huge. In Philadelphia on Sunday night and then against Kansas City in Germany. Big games coming up, big stretch here, but at the end of the day, we're 5-1. First time since 2002, I want to say. It's been 20-odd years since we started out this well. Let's go. Let's keep it rolling, and let's get healthy, get all of our guys back. It's looking like Achane will be back after his IR stint is up. Same with Armstead. Jalen Ramsey is not far away from resuming practice, which is awesome. Let's get healthy now. We went through this stretch with a banged-up team. Let's start getting these guys back, these all-pro level talented guys, and let's go on a run. Come on, boys. Hey, great win. 21-point win in the NFL is nothing to sneeze at, especially when you watch the Bills game on Sunday Night Football against a hapless New York Giants team come down to the final play. When you can beat a team by 21 points, you're pretty pleased with that. So good job, fellas. Rest up. Let's enjoy a good victory Monday, and we'll see it Sunday night against Philly. And I'll see you guys later this week with my preview of that game. Fins up, baby.